lovely, lovely Saturday today, guys. I say with utmost utter sarcasm. But we're not here to talk about the winter storm coming or the storm that's in our streets. No, we're going to avoid that for a little bit right now. But you know what? As a person that doesn't like the cold, I don't really care for winter. So I'm just gonna start this off with a big old fuck ice. Fuck snow, fuck ice. Well, so those two things, I don't like either of them. Don't like either of them. Anyway. Keep things geeky. Yes, Craig, you know what, I am done. In so many ways. With a lot of things as of late. But I pre-gamed a little bit. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far and gearing up. I don't know like where everybody is right now, how hard this winter tide is going to be hitting you guys. It hasn't hit us yet. Like the temperature's plummeted compared to what it was earlier in the week, but no snow yet. I think our projections are we're going to start getting it tonight. And I think we're expecting anywhere from 6 to 12 inches, something like that. So yay. I just, today's project before we got gearing today was, I made a little heated tent fort outside for the cats that I haven't been able to bring in. Right now, there is a seeming truce in the house between Biscuit, who's laying over here, and Jumba, who is just avoiding. Those two hate each other. So I try to avoid having them both in the house at the same time, but you know, I don't want them out there. So we're seeing, we're seeing how this goes. How's everybody else doing though? Got food, got warmth. Hopefully everything makes it through however this is going to go. What's up, Greenlight? How are you? How's your 2026 going so far? On my front, fine enough. Mostly just more of the same, more of the usual, but the world surrounding us continues to devolve. What's up, Bianca? How are you? In Texas, it's snowing and ice. Has it already started snowing in Texas? I know they're expecting snow. We don't have it yet. We're in the thick of it right now. It's gonna hit us before it hits them, to my understanding at least. Did I know that Maya Hawke will be in the new Hunger Games movie? I was aware. Not that I have any interest in watching it, but I was aware. So Michael, you're looking forward to the rest of the year? We'll see. I mean, I'm excited for all things media. Dude, this spring, Q1 is going to be rough. Rough. There's so much going on. Maul, One Piece, Airbender, Invincible, The Boys, Daredevil. Like, that's all. There's gonna be weeks where all of those shows are actively on at the same goddamn time. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. How I'm gonna cover it all. Hello, my friend. How are you and the cats? Cats are all good so far. I'm doing okay as well, all things considered. It's pretty cold today, minus 30 degrees Celsius in southeast Canada. Anyway, what's your favorite TV series of all time? As everybody, I would presume, on the channel that's been here for a while could be able to tell you, it is, of course, The X-Files. Nothing comes anywhere close. Do your reaction to Vision Quest, the third series of the WandaVision Agatha All Along, once it's out? Of course. I'm gonna be reacting to it. Yes. Make sure you understand what I write and my English writing. I speak very, very good English, but writing, not so good at it. No, you self-corrected quite well there. I knew what you were talking about. I knew what you were talking about, though, going into it. So, all good. You're doing great. What in 2026 are you most looking forward to? I don't know, man. I really don't know what I would kind of put above the rest at this point, because there's just so much coming out this year. Spider-Man Brand New Day is probably I think that's a pretty safe bet. That and Daredevil are pretty safe bets for top of that ranking. Obviously, Vox Machina Season 4 is going to be coming out. No release date yet, but it's coming out sometime this year. So definitely that. What's up, Skelly? How are you? What's up, Jazzy? Baby Rex is here as well. Did I see that Invincible Season 4 trailer? Oh my god, I need it yesterday. No. Just like with Season 3, I'm just skipping the trailers. I've seen, there's some still images that I've seen that have already kind of spoiled a couple things for me. But I've avoided just watching the trailer, just like I did last time. I'm excited to see Camp Rock 3. I've never seen Camp Rock 1 or 2, so my interest in 3 is an all-time low, for me, personally. Our boy is back, let's go. Can't wait for the live stream, it's so amazing, exciting. What's up, JCT? How are you? Or JCYT? What's up, Craig? Thoughts on the mall? Shadow Lord trailer. Looks sick as hell. I love the stylizations they're adding into the classic Clone Wars style. You can just see the evolution continue to get pushed and pushed and pushed. Looks cool. I'm excited to see what they do with it. Night of the Seven Kingdoms takes place in spring. Thank God, no winter. Winter is not coming anytime soon, that's for sure. What's up, Stairface? What am I drinking today? Make whole milk chocolate and marshmallow. I've got a Dr. Pepper, I've got water, and I've got some whiskey. That's where we're at right now. What's up, Charlotte? What's up, Christian? I've been watching The Legend of Vox Machina since last Saturday and really loving it so far. I'm on season 3 now. Started today. God damn. You just started. You're breezing through it. How are you enjoying it so far? As a non-He-Man fan, why does the movie look interesting? I mean, it looks pretty authentic in most aspects. Skeletor looks impressive. I still, and I talked about this briefly on Twitter, I still hate the inclusion of Earth, even at all. Sure, his mother's from Earth, but she never goes back. It's just another executive Hollywood excuse to treat the audience as dumb, big dummy dum-dums, that they can't accept this sci-fi reality when there's so many examples to the contrary. Even if there's a rationale behind it with his mom sending him away for his safety, he grows up on Earth, and that's just fucking weird. I don't like that. I like the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, but do we really need that poop scene? Yes. Yes, I think we did. Did we actually need to see the other angle of it with the actual shit spewing out his butt? Probably not. But I thought it was hilarious. But we didn't need to see it. Yeah. George R. Martin feels very similarly to you. He was like, I liked it, but did we need to actually see the shit? Happy Saturday, the best time of the weekend. Hell yeah. For those who thought Knights of the Seven Kingdoms was slow, just you wait. No spoilers, though. I mean, I didn't think it was slow at all. I just liked the whole tonal shift in general. Do I have plans to watch Heated Rivalry? Currently, no. There's just so much going on right now. Right now, it's not in the cards, but you never know. It may be snowing for you, but it's been nothing but pissing down here in England. It's not snowing yet. but it's expected to. I do want to remind you, Glitch announced another brand new series called Game Oververse. Game Oververse. Game Oververse. There you go. Got it. Their lead character is voiced by none other than Erica Lindbeck's Chris Sabat's in it. Aaron Hansen is a writer and two of the characters in it. Ross of Game Grumps fame is also one of the writers and co-creators on the show. It looks pretty interesting. I'm kind of curious about it. So Mike, does anyone have a phone number for Disney's pitching office? Got a great idea for one Indiana Jones movie. Who knows? I definitely don't know. And from what has come out of Lucasfilm right now, no one is interested in doing any more Indiana Jones stuff at the moment. So who knows how things go. Is that a Digimon t-shirt? It is. It looks very cool and it suits you very well. I watch Digimon, but I don't know all the digital monsters. Well, this is Omn1. In the US, Omn1. In Japan, it's Omegamon, but I prefer Omni for obvious reasons. My favorite Digimon. That scene with Dunk near the tree, I wasn't ready for that scene. The Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. I don't think many people were. That's the point. I'm excited for the future of A Knight of Seven Kingdoms, but they will inevitably catch up to the source material as there's only 3 published so far. Well, good thing George R.R. Martin gave them the outlines and all of the unpublished stories of Dunk and Egg. I think they have 12 different novellas that are that they can pull from, most of which are unpublished currently. So they're trying to avoid the Game of Thrones problem. He gave them everything that he has for Dunk and Egg to make sure that they don't run out of runway anytime soon. Mando's getting a movie? Yes, it is. What's up, Lana? Glad you finally watched Frankenstein. Love that movie so much. It was fantastic. It was so good. So fucking good. Good, just gonna finna watch you for 57 minutes before I go live myself. Fun, fun. Rough or rough? Joking. None of that. Not right now. Yeah, my hawk will be, what's her name? Effie? Your guess is as good as mine. But I hear Effie, it makes me think of Skins. Project Hail Mary is getting some great early buzz. The writer of The Martian appears to have come up with another great science fiction piece. I'm really curious about it. Hell, like the person that works at the front desk when I go to pay my rent, works for the landlord and all this and takes our checks and whatever. She's a huge science fiction buff, loves reading and all that kind of stuff more than I get into it. And this is one that she was definitely excited for more people to experience. I haven't seen Welcome to Dairy videos on your channel. Is it only pay? Are you trying, or is it on YouTube? Because I cannot find your videos of Welcome to Dairy. Like I've mentioned many times, it's currently still on Patreon. I'm hoping to have episode 1 out tomorrow, but episode 5 will be out on Patreon tomorrow. So we're 4 episodes ahead over there, as we are with most other shows that we cover. Damn, I just came into Omni talking about the X-Files. That was early. Very, very much so. Not even Breaking Bad comes close to the X-Files. Breaking Bad is, it's up there. It's in my top 3. But Vince Gilligan, man, he got his start in season 2 of the X-Files. Wrote for the X-Files for 9 seasons, 8 seasons, technically. Well, 9 seasons if you include his co-creation of the Lone Gunman X-Files spin-off, which I only just recently learned that he was the co-creator of that. But it makes sense because he ended up writing a lot of the Lone Gunman episodes. Like Dunk and Egg's chemistry, me too so far. Love the beanie and the t-shirt, it looks so beautiful and amazing, and it suits you really, really well. Totally inspired. I wear my own beanie too. Yeah, I was like, I don't feel like getting dolled up before the stream right now. I woke up earlier than I meant to, And because the snow hasn't started yet, I decided to forgo sleeping more than 3 hours and went to Lowe's to go get some stuff to prep the outside for the cats before I ran out of time. So the beanie's on today to hide my disheveled hair. How are all liking season 2 of Percy Jackson so far? I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. Over on Patreon, like I mentioned, I've only got 2 episodes left to watch over there, the penultimate and the finale. But I'm enjoying it a lot so far. I am. I have not seen the Invincible 4 trailer yet, season 4 trailer yet. I've also been watching Jessica Jones. I'm on season 1. Hell yeah. Unfortunately, it's really only downhill from there, at least in my opinion. But great all the way through. But season 1 is just the best season. Also, the phlegm spit scene in The Night of the Seven Kingdoms was gross, but I like most of the comedy. Same. Have you seen the Master of the Universe trailer? Yes, just talked about that a little bit ago. Obviously, I think some of these came in here before I even got to that point, though, so. That Invincible trailer was something. Can't wait to see Nolan and Debbie talk again. That's going to be something to look forward to. See, we're talking about the trailer when I've clearly said I didn't see it. So now I know they talk. I already know that him and Mark, you know, them, because like I said, one of the photos I did see was the group shot of a bunch of like Invincible, Eve, Alan, and Nolan all kind of gearing up and ready to go, and Oliver against whoever's coming. But as far as any details and stuff like that, I'm trying to avoid it. So the TED TV show is getting another season. Oh yeah, that's another one. That comes out in March. All at once. I'm hoping, I'm going to try to get screeners for it, but I'm not counting my blessings just yet. I was my grandma's sister's recently, so I never met her, so I didn't really go to a funeral, but my brother did because I have no memories of her, so I'm pretty sad right now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I've been in that situation before, but usually, I mean, if I don't really have any recollection of a family member that I knew passed, I'm usually pretty unaffected most of the time, as sad as that is to say, but that's not uncommon though. Sorry, didn't you say no before? What's up, Emery's? This year's insane. Yes, it is. I feel like Knights of the Seven Kingdoms will be the most peaceful Game of Thrones series so far. Game of Thrones premiere ended with him pushing a kid out of a window. How to Train Your Dragon. House of the Dragon shows a beheading. Yeah, so far, not yet. Not yet. There's gonna definitely be some action in it, but it's not like, I wouldn't expect any grandiose battles or anything like that. For my Star Wars fans, is this show a good starting point for someone like me who hasn't seen the whole Star Wars trilogy? Which one are you talking about? The Mandalorian movie, or I can't remember what we were talking about, or Maul. Maul most certainly not, is not a good starting off point. Clarify which one you're talking about. Didn't know Nicholas Listerine was playing He-Man. Shocked when I saw him in the trailer. I knew that. I mean, that was announced a long time ago. So, yeah, he looks good. He looks good. Not as huge as Dolph Lundgren, but I mean, they're going pretty goddamn accurate with the character depictions, all things considered. He looks great. What's up, Logan? How are you? Does see there's a new writer for the Batman Brave and the Bold, for the Brave and the Bold. Yes, I did. Christina Hudson, I think, something like that, something close to that. What did they write? Oh yeah, they wrote on The Flash 2023, and they wrote on Birds of Prey. Now, I liked Birds of Prey. The Flash, though, was kind of ass. But here, crossing our fingers, man, crossing our fingers. I like the cutaway of Dunk getting slapped and that knight slapping him. I hope we see more of. Yeah, I love the way they're kind of injecting comedy into it. Again, that's the point of the shit behind the tree. It's like, this isn't your average Game of Thrones show. We're doing something a little different over here. We're having a little time. We're having a fun old time. Dude, I am obsessed with Lionel Baratheon, as I think a lot of people are right now. I agree, he looks awesome. The only stuff I know is the hey, yeah, and his voice. Yeah, I mean, that's an internet classic meme right there. One of the OG memes. I'm going to be watching Monarch Legacy. That's another one that's coming out in Q1, is Monarch Legacy Monster Season 2. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try, man. I'm going to try. There's so much going on. I might have to, if I'm not done, I most certainly, I should be done with Good Omens before that. I will probably not start a new show until summer at this rate. Nor will I start a new show immediately after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm not going to be able to do all of this shit all at the same time. There's no way. I don't know, man. I'm loving the characters, loving the action, loving the animation. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, Vax is still my favorite of the bunch. What's up, DJ Sleed? A few days ago, I bought 2 books. What was the first edition of Star Wars Log 7 in 10 book series. Also got Wicked. Hell yeah. I have my copy of Wicked right over there. But I hope you enjoy. I don't know if it's your first read or not, but go through it. Have fun. Know nothing about He-Man, so he is not raised on Earth. Earth typically has nothing to do with it. He-Man and everything, all of his adventures take place on a planet called Eternia. His mother's from Earth, but that never affects the story at all, really. She was a space explorer that crash landed and got, you know, taken in, and that's only in some of the iterations too, is that his mother's from Earth. But he himself, in most things, has never gone to Earth other than Hollywood movies, like the Dolph Lundgren movie and now this one. For my Star Wars fans, is this show going to be a good starting point for me? Like someone who has to see this whole Star Wars trilogy. If you're if you're talking about Maul Shadow Lord, no. I mean, you're going to be. I mean, I'm sure you might be able to watch it and still enjoy it with. I mean, just the cool visuals and art. But it's a sequel to Rebels. Well, not to Rebels. Rebels is after all of this. Because if you're caught up, you already know Maul's fate. But it is a sequel to Clone Wars, so it's continuing his story from that, filling in the gaps between that and the last time we saw him, and then his appearance in various other things. You'd probably be able to enjoy it fine enough, but it is not what I would call. There's no way it would be a viable entry point. I don't even know how. Like, on a surface level, sure. But you're gonna not understand so much of what's going on. I mean, because, I mean, it is a sequel series, so it's hard to say. Yeah, it's a year after Clone Wars. Because there's like a 15-year gap between the last time we saw him in Clone Wars and the last time we saw him in Rebels, I think. Talking about He-Man. I've seen the Darth Maul trailer. Yes, I have. Saw a casual Game of Thrones fan saying that he took the poop scene as making fun of Game of Thrones fans, which is a weird take. Yeah, why? That's dumb. I mean, I get it. I mean, I see that take for everything when it has nothing to do with anything and they think it's directed at them for some reason. No idea. Did you have time to catch up on Tron Ares? Not yet, no. Not yet, no. What's up, Roberto? This weekend is going to be the worst for me. It's snowing here in Oklahoma. Hopefully it's not too terrible, but right now projections are looking pretty awful across the board. Do you need to have seen any Game of Thrones things to see Knights of the Kingdom? For that, I would say no. Not really. It's a pretty self-contained story for the most part. You might even enjoy it more if you didn't. There's a couple of allusions to certain things just in the first episode, but nothing you need to know, not yet at least. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to Masters of the Universe because 1, it looks really good. 2, it's been being directed by Travis Knight, and I have not seen a bad thing from him yet. And 3, just going to see Jared Leto Skeletor get beat up 6 ways from Sunday. Be pretty fun. See, I wonder if they're going to play him straight, like as far as like he's just like Skeletor's cool, badass, cool skeleton man, buff skeleton guy, and not the kind of cackling. I just want to know like how they're going to handle that. Like what direction? Like is he going to be humorous, jokey, or are they going to forgo all of that? I'm real curious how they're going to actually. He looks sick as hell, but that's the thing about Skeletor. He's got a sick design, but he's kind of a goofball. Like how this Game of Thrones show takes place on the road instead of behind castle walls. It really shows the perspective of the small folk. That's another thing that I really like about it right now, and the way that there is this kind of fear whenever Dunk talks to like these lords and stuff like that. What do you think of the Masters of the Universe trailer, and was a huge fan of He-Man growing up, and who's your favorite character? I liked the trailer a lot, other than the Earth stuff. I was never a huge fan of it growing up. I watched it when it was on, but I never like religiously watched it. It was not one of my things. But out of everybody, Orko and He-Man were like my 2 favorite characters when I did watch it. Now I have watched all of Revolution, all of Revelation, the 2 Kevin Smith shows on Netflix, and I think they are amazing. But and same, I like Adam. Adam's probably my favorite character when we're looking at it from that perspective. The team killed Vorgel in episode 5. The whole scene was incredible and badass. Yes, they did. Wait, hold on. Vorgel. Oh, right. Yes, you're right. Sorry, I got my seasons mixed up. For some reason, I was thinking you were on season 1, even though you just told me season 3. My brain got messed up there. Also, don't mind the Earth stuff as long as it's written well, like as long as it's funny and we don't spend too much time there. You know what I mean? It seems like we're going to start there and we're going to end there because we see what's his name, Beastman. Whatever. We see a big old battle happening on Earth, like on a highway. Obviously, it starts there with him growing up there, exiled. I like that it's not a fish out of water, at least, because he's the only person that knows and believes he's from this place that everybody else thinks, and they just think he's crazy. But it also seems like He-Man is a media thing there, or at least the old barbarian version is. So I'm curious how they're going to handle it. I just wish Hollywood would give it up. Stop it. It's unnecessary. People said they only show Earth for the first 10 to 15 minutes of the He-Man movie. I mean, who said? I mean, that's what people think on the internet, but I've heard nothing from like people behind the movie. All we know is like they at least fight on Earth. Now that could be what gets him to come to Eternia. They finally found him on Earth. Maybe it's in the first 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe Skeletor's people finally track him down. I don't know. Either way, we shouldn't be on Earth. I will die on that hill. Love Skins, Omni. I've seen 1 season of it. I'm not like a huge Skins guy, but I have seen one full season of it. As for Jessica Jones, really liking the mystery, loving Chris Ridner as Jessica, and David Tennant as Kilgrave is so great so far. Kilgrave is, I think, one of the best MCU villains. For sure. Question, do you know what it means to get a split in your heel? No, I do not. Bullseye is officially my favorite Daredevil villain. The actor sells him so well. He does. He's a fantastic. He plays a great Poindexter. No Maya will be Wirris. Young Effie is played by Elle Fanning. See, I don't even know who these people are, man. I know the actors, but I mean like the characters from this world. Did I see the Wonder Man has gotten a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes? People who saw it earlier called it the best Marvel Disney Plus show. I would have to be very impressed for it to be better than Loki. It definitely looks like it's kicking the curb and doing something fresh and new compared to everything else. But I would be shocked if it cleared Loki. The dead stare from Omni always kills me. There's the cat in the room today. Biscuit's right there. He's asleep. Indy's over here, and he's asleep. I don't know if anybody's in the closet. Yes, Cookie's in the closet asleep. Sometimes I just don't know if she's in here or not, because she'll be back there and she'll just wake up randomly sometime. Saw a quote that George R. Martin said one of his biggest regrets is that he didn't finish Winds of Winter. And he also thought that the main show wouldn't catch up at all, but then it did. Yeah, because, I mean, him and HBO all expected it to go for 10 seasons. Had they actually followed the outlines that they were provided, and that's full seasons, not truncated, shortened bullshit seasons. Like, minimum 10 was what they were expecting. Let's see the Omni no styling hair. No. No. You gotta pay for that. A kid. Do you see the Oscar nominations? I haven't looked through any of that right now, no. Have I considered reacting to The Pit? I've never been one for medical TV stuff, but this has been fantastically well done. I mean, it's not, I mean, I've heard the name, but I don't know anything about it. I haven't seen anything about it. I haven't heard anything about it other than, you know, I know it's a thing that's going on right now. But like with everything, nothing's like off the table, but it's not something I would just choose to react to on my own accord, I'll say. Have I read Donny Cates' Venom run? If yes, what are your thoughts? If no, it's really good. I mean, like I've mentioned many times, I don't really read a lot of comics. I read about them, but I don't really read them. So a lot of it blurs together. I'm not familiar. There's very few runs I'm just like, I'm familiar with. And it can be like, that guy wrote this whatever, you know. I saw The Pit. All right. With Darkly on that one, we love your hair no matter how disheveled. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Hold up. God damn it. It won't. Ah! It's horror. It's horror. Oh. There you go. It's so... Because of the shit I put in my hair too, because I put the beanie on at all, it's just like stiff back now. Saw the Invincible trailer. I couldn't see Mark though. The only Percy Jackson change I don't like is that Percy knew Tyson was the Cyclops from the start when he didn't in the book. Just a me thing, which is fine. That just makes me, how did it happen how did he not know in the book that he was a Cyclops, that he wasn't a Cyclops then? Since your Good Omens episode 3 reaction was up on YouTube, I just went to watch it myself. I couldn't wait any longer. Now, okay, 1 episode left and I know how it'll end, but I want to avoid it. Also, I recently realized something about me. I don't like being told what to watch. I prefer to try and discover it on my own. I mean, that's how I am as well. I will like begrudgingly try something if like it's like blowing up and people will not shut up about a thing. That's, you know, with Squid Game, that was a thing. There's been a couple other instances, but that's a couple other things. But like Game of Thrones, everybody was Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead. I all notoriously, hell, even the Arrowverse notoriously waited until like their 3rd or 4th seasons before finally begrudgingly checking them out when I felt like it. When everybody else is just like crying in my ear about it, I'm very much so. I used to be the same way. Now it's just like there's just so much content. There's just like there's no physical way for me to watch everything. I feel like they released the first 2 episodes. Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. Casual fans who found it slow would feel better. I saw some say that it was slow when it wasn't. That's because people's attention spans are nothing right now. But again, there's only 6 episodes. There's 6 30-minute episodes. The first episode's the longest of the whole season. The rest of them are 31 and under for the rest of the season. Anyone agree with that sentiment? We're going to Miss Rex, same. Nicholas Listerine, I'm calling him that from now on. What's up, Lucas? Don't check out the trailer for the rest of the season of Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, as it shows a lot of book spoilers for some reason. Yeah, I've watched the first trailer they ever gave us, and that's it so far. I don't even remember what even happened in what we saw. I think Biscuit he's awake. He wants out. All right. Hope He-Man does well. I hope He-Man does well if it's good. Wish you and your family to be safe and be careful with the huge snowstorm coming. And how do you feel about Jared Leto as Skeletor? And what do you think of his design? Design looks sick as hell. Jared Leto's track record has not been great. That's the one thing I'm just like I'm very much so not sold on right now, but we'll see. Can't believe the 3rd season of Percy Jackson is coming out later this year. Yeah, I was shocked to hear that it's coming so soon. My only concern was, did Dunk have anything to wipe with? Knowing how he couldn't get the smell out of his out of his pants when he tried washing them, probably not. Probably not. Is the 2nd season of the One Piece live action series, in the 2nd season of live action One Piece series, what piece of information will they reveal in advance, such as Garp being Luffy's grandfather? I have no idea. You know, that just happened for me in the anime 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. I have no idea what they're going to preempt, like they're going to preload us with this time around, if anything. Well, I'll check out Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord. Like I mentioned before, I'm going to try to cover everything that's coming out. We'll see how, if I survive it all, though. Started watching How to Sell Drugs on Netflix with my mom yesterday. Have I heard of it? So much fun, based on a real story that happened here in Germany. That's interesting. No, I have not heard about it. It might not be on our Netflix, because Netflix doesn't show the same stuff in every country. But I haven't heard about it. But that's interesting. I'm back. I had to go get a pizza. Also hope you stay warm with the cats. It's like -2 over here in St. Paul. But luckily no snow so far or forecasted. -2 is not, it's not too bad for St. Paul. A lot of my coworkers are in that kind of area. Who's my favorite Percy Jackson character in the series, and which one do you feel a strong connection with? I mean, Percy. Percy's my favorite character in the series so far, and as far as personal connection, I don't know that I have like a strong personal connection to any of them, other than just like, I don't know, I just like Percy's personality, his journey, his story, everything that he's dealing with, his own kind of like pathos I connect with a lot. If I had to pick anybody to say I have like a connection with on any kind of level, it'd probably also be Percy. When does Maul Shadow Lord take place? I think we talked about that earlier on. I don't know if this came in while we were talking about it or after, but it's between Clone Wars and Rebels. Have I listened to any of Maya Hawke's music? Big fan of hers. I have not. Saw the Good Omens season 1 finale where you were excited about season 2 because they were saying it's more focused on Aziraphale and Crowley. How did that pan out? Happy? Well, I'm only 2 episodes in for season 2 right now, and episode 1 was a little, I think it was just jarring how different tonally it felt from season 1, but I loved all the stuff with them. Season 2, though, was one of my favorite episodes I've seen so far. Do I play Fable at all, Omni? I have never played Fable. No, never entertained that one in my life just yet. Have you ever watched the He-Man shows on Netflix? I covered that just a moment ago. I've reacted to them in full, in their entirety here on the channel. If the He-Man movie is a success and gets a sequel, will She-Ra appear in the second film? It's possible. It's definitely possible. Christina also wrote Bumblebee. See, that's like the little saving grace. But then again, to be fair, Craig Mazin also wrote a bunch of really shitty parody movies too before, you know, Chernobyl. So, crossing my fingers. Question, have I ever watched the early 2000s reboot of He-Man? Because I feel it and the reboot of Thundercats from around the same time are massively underrated and deserve another look. No, I never watched either of those. I watched a lot of Thundercats as a kid though. There's also supposed to be one coming out, a Thundercats movie coming out as well, but I feel like that's been development hell for I don't even know how long now. I mean, I like Bumblebee. It's the most normal Transformers movie. I agree. Bumblebee's probably the best written Transformers movie. Can't wait for Darth Maul Mall Cop. Hell yeah. Maul Shadow Lord looks so fucking good, especially the animation style. It's almost a little stylized with how vibrant the colors look. I love it. Oh yeah, they talked about a little bit of the things that they kind of added into it to kind of give it a little bit of a different vibe with the paintbrushes, the manual strokes they've added into things with the impact frames and the way they've kind of taken a couple lessons from here and there and added some more artistic liberty into the classical Clone Wars style. Looks sick. It looks sick. It looks so good. Not the best Transformers movie, but solid. I think it's the best Transformers movie, personally. Takes place a year after that. Keep the Backstreet Skeletor is He-Man. What? I feel like Phantom Menace is a good starting point for newcomers. I feel like you should just watch it in release order, man. I really do. I think that's the best way to consume it, because it's designed in a way to expect the audience to have certain pieces of information. Sure, you could watch it chronologically, but I think that lessens the impact of the original trilogy. I really think you should go in the release order if you're going to start from ground zero. Start from nothing. Regarding Percy Jackson again, many people see similarities between Percy Jackson, the Olympians, and Harry Potter because of the formula of young adult books, and some even accuse the author of Percy Jackson of plagiarism. Thoughts? I mean, obviously there's a lot of similarities, and it may even have, there's some inspiration there or bleed over in some way, shape, or form, I'm sure. But I see no evidence of any straight up plagiarism at all. In any way. I once said that Abel from Has-Been reminds me of Aziraphale in the past, early Angel Aziraphale. Any thoughts on that? I can see that. They're both little soft boy angels who have to learn to get a little bit of an edge. Abel is definitely, of the two of them, weirdly, the more innocent, but also the more stern of the two. Because at least by the end of Abel's journey that we saw, he stood his ground and asserted himself. And we haven't really seen that with Aziraphale. But Aziraphale also is begrudgingly abusing his station in a lot of ways, in a way that Abel doesn't. It's weird. I can see the parallels in a lot of ways, but there's still so many like differences. Just tried to enter snaps from my first time, and they were actually breaking. What is your favorite cookie? Chocolate chip? Yeah, favorite cookie is just the standard chocolate chip. Or sugar cookie. You can never go wrong with a good sugar cookie. So Michael Hack, how are you? Fun fact, we never knew Skeletor's true identity. And in the 2000s cartoon, I didn't finish this comment. I mean, each iteration is its own canon. That's one thing I've learned. There's no like one canon for all of that. In one, there was a version of his identity that is revealed, that is completely contradicted in some others, but to each their own, whichever one you appreciate the most. We've seen the poster and the teaser for Jason Momoa as Lobo. What do you think? Oddly enough, as much as like I'm like Jason Momoa would be the perfect Lobo, and I think he will be. Something was, I don't know, the way they just like with Superman, the way they chose the first showcase of the character, something about it just felt weird. What felt off, and I can't place a finger on it. What's my favorite Girl Scout cookie? I don't really care for any of them. Light cycle. Nice. No, I see the vision there. It's a mercenary. I've heard he's gonna be goofy. I hope so. I like a good goofy I like a good mix. So Skeletor is supposed to be a little goofy and not a cool badass. He's like mostly a meme, but he can throw down. So it's a little bit of both. Star Wars Watch Order, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith, Rebels, Andor Season 1, Rogue 2. See, that's all chronological order. I don't agree with chronological watching, personally. I think it's good when you've already watched everything. But I think for somebody coming into it fresh, I personally don't think that's the right watch order. Now that you're done with Water 7, did you feel like it lived up to the hype? From Usopp versus Luffy to Ramen's story, the Mary, the family tree reveal, and Kobe reunion seems to be a fan favorite. Oh, definitely. It had so many emotional key moments, and yeah, I thought it was really, really, really fun. Yeah, it definitely lived up to the hype. I don't know where it would rank overall for me, like in overall like arcs and sagas and stuff like that, but it's definitely up there. Let Skeletor be Goofy. So happy to see Ron Perlman back on my screens, one of my favorite actors, and I wonder who his character is. It's a lot of people speculating about who that super mutant might be. He can be both, honestly. If you had to interview someone from the Percy Jackson series on the channel, who would you interview? The trio, the author of the books, the showrunners. Well, give me the trio. Yeah, I'd rather talk to the kids and their interpretations of the characters and stuff like that, or the author. But I feel like I should be more familiar with the books if I want to talk to the author. Same for the showrunner, because they're the ones adapting it. So I feel like I should be more knowledgeable about the books if I wanted to talk to any of them. Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan, take it or leave it. Valid. Any tips on which order to watch Star Wars? I was always more of a Star Trek girl, but recently saw so many, let's say, nice edits of Anakin. I'm hooked now. I think the order in which everything came out is the way to go for your first watch. You can watch everything chronologically in the order that they take place in universe, but I think things will get real muddy real fast. Or certain things that were iconic or impactful would not be, because you would already know or have seen certain things. I think the order in which everything came out is the way to go. The only thing I know of He-Man is I saw Masters of the Universe as a kid, and I saw that I stole my brother's green tiger. The action figure calls it Kitty. Yeah, that's Cringer is the name of the cat. The tiger. He's a coward. He's a big old cowardly green tiger. But when He-Man powers up, he becomes Battle Cat. Omni, should I play RE5 and 6 to understand more of the lore before RE9? I'm going to finally play RE6 before RE9. I know how it plays out. I've seen chunks of it, but I've never played it firsthand. It's the only main entry because the first couple times I tried to play, I tried to indulge in the co-op of it, and it just wouldn't work. It just kept crashing the game. So I never finished it. So I'm going to try to do that soon. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to be necessary, but it does take place after the fact. So it might be good information to have, especially from Leon's side of it, because he's continuing from where we left off in the organization that he was a part of at the end of 6. I know that much. Skeletor can be serious, but he is dangerous and has been somewhat threatening. Yes. And that's another thing I like about Kevin Smith's show. I think they nailed that line, that dichotomy between the two. Scale of 1 to 10, how sad was the Mary's farewell? It was probably the most emotional part of the show for me so far. So 10. Can't wait for He-Man starting singing What's Up from the Fordon Blondes in the movie. If there's not, I would be kind of shocked if there's not a reference to that in there somewhere. What's up, Ginger? Hello there, Omni, my lovely. How are you and your kitties? We're all good. Everybody, as far as I know, is inside, warm for the time being. And if they choose to go outside, I made a heated tent for whomever decides to use it out there. Where Orko at, though? They better not rat trap him out of this movie. There's no way. They didn't show Orko. Orko was surprisingly absent from the trailer, but there's no way they would be so dumb to leave Orko out. As a He-Man fan, I personally need to hear Skeletor's laugh. His laugh is so memorable. That is a key component of his character. I agree. Even as somebody who doesn't like love He-Man, but like, yeah. I think Revelations of Revolution made me love. That's what actually made me fall in love with He-Man, was those. And it didn't like shy away from the goofy stuff. It made a lot of it make a lot more sense in hindsight. I have gone back and watched a lot of the older stuff in the interim though. I think there was a channel on YouTube. We had it all on there for free for a time. I don't know if it still exists, but yeah, I don't know. I'm curious about that. You should know the cast of Stranger Things made a joke about Stranger Things episode 9 and made it into a joke. Did you hear about that? Yeah, it was on SNL. I've seen the skit. It was funny. It was pretty funny. What did you think of Hazbin Hotel Season 2 after watching the whole episodes of it? What are your theories? Do you think it's going to happen in Season 3? I mean, obviously... I really don't know what's going to happen in Season 3. Obviously, Lilith is finally going to finally approach and talk to Charlie. We're going to start exploring that and the backstory of the Morning Stars. We know that much. I think Rosie is working for Rue or Lilith, either or, as in her envoy or avatar in hell. But I mean, Season 2, I think it was a step up in every way from Season 1, personally. I loved it. Last episode of Fallout was up there with my favorites. The funniest scene was when Thaddeus was like, we gotta sell it, right? Maybe the scene with Hank and the cop when he just passes out. Yeah, those were two really good spots too. Can I tell people that in my channel that my Classic Who reaction is late because I couldn't film it due to your stream? Sure. Why not? Did I see the tease of Lobo? Yeah, we just talked about that. Alison Brie and Camila Mendez in He-Man. Yes, absolutely yes. Yeah, they looked fantastic. Kilgrave could have defeated Thanos. To be fair, okay, I don't know if it's been explained yet by the episodes that Christian's on yet. I don't know, or we don't have confirmation that this Kilgrave's ability would be able to work on Thanos. If it did, yes. I just hate that they're putting all 8 Wonder Man episodes out the same day. Same. But I think most of those are also like 30-ish minutes. It's like a sitcom length. Do you think that you'll react to the rip? I mean, not anytime soon. I'll get you He-Man, fools, and you'll rue the day. I need one of these Skeletor quotes. Have you thought about reading the Percy Jackson books because of the series, or at least collecting them to put on your bookshelf? I thought about revisiting it. I tried reading them once upon a time, and I just could not. The first book could not hold my attention for the life of me. So, I mean, that's why I'm enjoying the show more. I find it infinitely more engaging than what I remember reading. So I don't know. Probably not. I'm probably going to take the show. Percy Jackson books have been out for years. Now they're getting mad at the author for the similarities to Harry Potter. People are dumb, man. People are fucking dumb. People are going to be mad over whatever. People are going to draw connections, real or false, or whatever. The genre is the genre. It's, I don't know. Once something becomes popular again, or comes into the forefront, people will start to examine it in these weird ways. I mean, like, it is, like, I do believe it was inspired by it, for sure. I mean, it came out almost 10 years, like 7 years, 8 years after the first Harry Potter book came out. I would not be surprised if there was inspirations taken. but they're just in the same genre. I mean, there's nothing that is straight up copied. So please, Frankenstein, especially Sinners, did well at the Oscar nominations. So great to see horror finally get recognized. 16 nominations was a new record for Sinners. It won't win that many though. Probably not, but as long as it wins a bunch. Did you know High School Musical has a show on Disney Plus, High School Musical, the musical? Yes, I have, and by sheer, just like with Scream, the sheer existence of it, I find an affront to the original, and I have no intention of watching it. Yeah, I love the movies. No intention of ever watching the shows. When does Daredevil release, Omni? I heard that it releases March 4th, but then the question remains, when should we expect a trailer? That's a good question. You'd think we would have had one already by now. Well, I don't know. Disney Plus lately has only been showing trailers like right when we're like nearing release for Marvel stuff. So next month maybe? How is Beastars not intriguing for you? When, in my opinion, it's one of the most underrated comfort animes. I mean, I don't like the art style personally, and I'm not a furry, so I mean, nothing I've seen from it is like I have to watch that. None of it appeals to me. Let's see. Sinners broke an Oscar nomination record at 16 nominations. Yeah, that's the main headline I've been seeing as of late. And that's just to say, if I ever did sit down and watch it, my mind wouldn't change. I'm telling you, just from an outsider's perspective, there's nothing about it that makes me want to watch it. But that's true of a lot of things. The Pit is one of the most accurate medical dramas. Warning, it's very uncomfortable. Interesting. I don't know if I'm a hypochondriac. I don't really like watching medical stuff. I'll leave it thinking I got the thing. And I'll be stressing about it forever afterwards. Had a lot of instances of that, even watching Scrubs. Now, Scrubs, you know, the humor carried a lot of that for me. But I love that. I didn't see Sinners? No, I did. I reacted to Sinners. What do you mean? I'm confused. If I was in Betty's shoes, I would have lost my shit. Rose out here giving people salty snacks during a water crisis. Do y'all want to die of dehydration? Like what? Yeah, dude, I would have just taken all of that shit away. Like there's no like world in which that would have been okay. None of what he even said as a counter argument had anything to do with the status of what was happening in the vault. I don't know how she didn't just lose her shit there. No, that had nothing to do with Sinners, that comment. That was about Beastars. Arrowverse rewatch update. Finished watching season 2 of Arrow, which is great. Slade Wilson was ruthless. Yes, he was. Sinners nominations, and Gladys from Weapons was nominated, is all I know. I did see that the actor that played Gladys got nominated as well. So hoping we see more Bullseye in Daredevil Born Again. I hope he finally gets the Bullseye name, like how Kingpin got his name. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. What do I think of the Absolute Batman show? What Absolute Batman show? I am not aware of an Absolute Batman show. Let's see. Also, hope Norm's all right. Same. You looked like Daredevil when you put your beanie back on. It covered your eyes for a sec. Hell yeah. What's up, Tactile Psionic? How are you? I'm doing good. In the book, the mist hid Tyson's true form, and then Percy realized in chapter 2 or 3 that Tyson is the Cyclops, also his half brother. But shouldn't he be able to see it anyway, or does the mist also... I didn't think the mist hid things from Percy. I don't remember how it works anyway. I watched the first 7 episodes of The Flash, and now I'm making my way through the first 7 episodes of season 3 of Arrow, because episode 8 is for the both crossovers. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, the first little team up between them is one of my favorites. How I'm enjoying the final season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I haven't rewatched it since it was airing. I love it. I think it's a fantastic final season so far. Loving the vibe. The Sea of Monsters, the book adapted from the 2nd season of Percy Jackson, is considered a bad book. From the first saga, many things in the book have aged poorly. For example, in the books, Clarice's zombie soldiers are Confederates, and Clarice is just a one-dimensional bully with no depth. Yeah, they definitely have upgraded on that front there. I like what they've done with this. Thank God I could skip back and I missed the hair reveal because I had to pee. Love Percy Jackson Season 2, and Tyson is freaking adorable. I kind of feel bad that I suspected that there might be some tomfoolery afoot with him. Did I hear that they played the Hey Ya song in TMNT Mutant Mayhem? They did. They did. Thank you, Nasser. Nice anime shirt. Digimon specifically. Is it true that Mark Ruffalo got fired by Disney? This would be the first I've heard of it. Feel like they over-explained Stranger Things Season 5 for benefit of the TikTok crowd. I mean, maybe. And even still, people were still confused. So what does that say? There's still a mass of people that were confused about a lot of things in Season 5 that were explained. Hell, like, there's so many people that thought that Nancy and Jonathan got engaged in that scene by the end of it. Slow TV and movies are perfectly fine if it's interesting. Films like Shawshank and Good Will Hunting are low-key, but so compelling. I like a good slow burn. I love a good slow burn. Again, if it's good. But I find intrigue and character interesting. Some people don't have the patience for that, for whatever reason. Did I see the mall trailer? It looks insane. The animation looks amazing. I did. We talked about it earlier. And it looks great. It looks fantastic. I love the little like embellishments to the animation that they've included. It's looking pretty solid. Did you hear that Christopher Judge wouldn't mind playing Darkseid for the DCU? I did hear that. I wouldn't be against that either. There are 2 post-credit scenes in the last episode of the 2nd season of Percy Jackson that make you absolutely cannot skip. That's all I have to say. Yeah, I've heard. I've had some people let me know ahead of this. I appreciate that, though. Let's see. Is Jared Leto a bad actor or just chooses bad projects? I think it might be the projects, because I do think he is okay. Or it could just be people don't know how to direct him or make him look good. And he wasn't, hell, even Morbius, he was one of the least offensive things in the film. But he just didn't, he was just fine. Like, he didn't wow, he did the role. He wasn't bad in it. The movie wasn't great. I think it might just be the projects. He's won an Oscar, right? So, like, I don't know, man. By the way, the hair is fitting for the vampire voice. It kind of would have been, you know, slicked back the way it was. Basically, a split in your heel is when you have a heel. When your heel has calloused over so much that when you step in a specific way, it splits and you start bleeding. It's like a sharp pain. What even brought that up? I did not know that, though, but what brought that up? I'm not surprised that Percy's series is coming quick because those kids are growing up quick. Well, I mean, still, like, to be able to fire it off that back to back to back like that, it's not easy. You need to get a 3D printer and clone yourself because of all the shows and movies coming out. If only, I would definitely try. I think you can watch it in the US. They made voiceovers in almost every language. I'll have to look into it, for sure. I think miniseries should adopt the Percy Jackson strategy, renewing 2 seasons at once because nobody has the patience to wait 2 years to watch an 8-episode season. Yeah, but nobody's willing to do that, to cost on that, except for maybe Disney. Well, obviously Disney, with the way the market is right now. And I get that, and you're not wrong, but also I'm not surprised so many studios are hesitant these days. Which Marvel movie was worse, Madam Web or Morbius? Madam Web, by a mile. Do you think they'll reference or play it in the film? Probably just reference. Hell, maybe it'll just be on in the background for all we know. Once Percy Jackson ends, I hope they do a sequel show based on the Heroes of Olympus series. There's a sequel series to it as well? I did not know that. Series should go back to 1 season a year. Why can't they seem to do that anymore? Most shows take over a year to shoot and do post-production these days. That's why, for most of the TV shows, post-production for some of the larger special effects driven shows can take 1.5 years just doing VFX and post-production. Tice is definitely my favorite character in Percy Jackson. Let's see. It's about a student that ended up with a lot of pills. It started a darknet shop and made a clear web shop and then ran the biggest dealership in Europe for some time. That's crazy. Just realized the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms has no dragons or magic so far, and it likely won't. I mean, there are no dragons at this point. So by that point as well, magic would also have been burned out by that point as well. Am I a fan of She-Ra? I mean, I've never watched either the old show or the new one, so I'm gonna say no, just by default. I've heard that the Maul series takes place a year after the Revenge of the Sith. It's 10 episodes, and they're releasing 2 at a time. That's what I've heard and read in the comments. I haven't heard about the release schedule, but that's they can. I'm not surprised, but go fuck them selves over that. That's rude for me. So we'll only have 5 weeks of it at least, I guess. That's kind of disheartening a little bit. Saw the showcase for the new Fable game, and in that game we get to get married and have kids. Very immersive, it seems. The effects of the mist hid Tyson's true nature from Percy for a while. How the fuck does the mist work? Do they ever go into that? I mean, Christina wrote Birds of Prey 2, which was great. Yeah, I liked Birds of Prey, but a lot of people didn't, is what I'm kind of getting at. However, though, I didn't like The Flash all that much. But it is what it is, man. Can't win them all. One day, I'll have a non-stop binge day of the whole Star Wars trilogy. Just haven't got around to it. I'm still thinking of stalling while I am, but I think I'm stalling because there are just so many Star Wars. I get that. I get that. When there, it can be very daunting to motivate yourself for like a massive project binge like that. I mean, especially if you're not just doing the films, you know, and there's the shows and all that kind of stuff too. There's just so much, and it can be overwhelming. So one of the main reasons it took me so long to ever finally cave and start watching One Piece. One thing I feel very much a plus for the Thundercats reboot is I believe that one of the head writers for the show also wrote Avatar: The Last Airbender. I forget which one though. I mean, that's another thing. I mean, like Dave Filoni, he got his start in season 1 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. He was a writer and an animator for them. and then came over to Lucasfilm. Got poached, honestly, it seemed like, for Lucasfilm. Could we see Vader or Palpatine in the series? I mean, it's possible. You know, we see him dealing with Inquisitors. You know, he is a loose thread. He knows the entire plan. So I would not be shocked if he was not a priority target. Take it already. Going to keep the backstory of Skeletor and He-Man's uncle. Not joking, that is canon. In one storyline, yes, it is. Not in all of them, like I mentioned, AJ. That was one story that got very popular, but it has also been refuted in others as well. I'm a big fan of Transformers, and have you gotten any Transformers toys? Who's your favorite Autobot, and Decepticon, and Maximal Predacon? I think that's how you say it. Of the original Transformers, no. Of Beast Wars, yes. Dinobot was my favorite, him and Cheetor. But Dinobot, I think, was my favorite most consistently. I'll watch them all soon. For me, I never really grew up with Percy Jackson. I'm not really interested in the TV show, mainly because I got my Greek mythology fix from Olympians by George O'Connor. I mean, valid enough. I didn't grow up with it either. And, but I don't know. It's one of those things that people love. And I was like, I kind of want to see what all the fuss is about. I watched it and I liked it. A lot of fantasy shows all take inspiration from the father of fantasy, Lord of the Rings, and author George R.R. Tolkien. I mean, yeah, all of Dungeons and Dragons was built off of his form of the world he built, his version of mythology. You know, everything's inspired by something to some degree. Also been rewatching Red vs. Blue, and it's so funny. What are your favorite seasons of Red vs. Blue? The re trilogy for sure, 100%. Nothing touches it. Which one specifically? The last one probably, with the end of the alpha and all that. I think they mean in. Omni, how's your week going, and how are you liking Percy Jackson Season 2? I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I'm really, really, really digging it. I've had a clunky first episode. It's still enjoyable, but clunky. But every episode after that has gotten increasingly better. How'd you feel if, in the He-Man movie, Skeletor makes a joke and runs down a corridor like the meme? That might be a little too much, but I'd probably laugh all the same. Have I seen the Boondocks? I have. I've seen a lot of the Boondocks back in the day. It's one of my brother's favorite shows. John Cena is a fan cast for Frankie. Who do you think should play Frankie? I think John Cena might be too old to play Frankie. So, I don't know who somebody might be a little more age appropriate to play Frankie. I don't know. It's not like Frankie's young. I mean, he's definitely older compared to the rest of the crew. I think, timeline-wise. I don't know. I still think John Cena might be too old. But I can't think of anybody else that would be better. I gotta say, Walton Goggins is killing it with his facial expressions as Cooper. He really knows how to sell that terrified and stressed look so well. His performance is 10 out of 10. He's phenomenal. And I love his energy and his vibe in interviews as well. But yeah, he's killing it in Fallout on every front. As the Ghoul and as Cooper, and as they become this amalgamation of the two. For me, it's the teeth. Like, I get that that's part of Lobo's design, but I don't know about the sharp teeth. They don't look right to me. Yeah, something about that kind of felt off. I think it was that and the makeup. I think that it was for me. What are we talking about? A little bit of everything. I'm just reading your all's comments, so you guys really guide the conversation here. Most common backstory for Skeletor is that he was He-Man's uncle. He was King Rando's half-brother. That was in 2 iterations. out of the many, many different iterations. I agree, first-time watchers should watch Star Wars release order, and then after you can do a timeline, which is the same with the MCU as well. Yes. Andrea College is done quarantine, and she is coming home today with me for Valentine's Day. She got hit by a car and smell, and now she know, and she's gonna be okay. Got the call and scared me to death. Sorry about. You have a really terrible string of luck, and I apologize so much for that. But I'm glad that at the end of the day, everybody's okay. She's coming home, and hopefully everything's okay. After the fact. After you finish Percy Jackson Season 2, are you going to do a watch/rewatch of the 2 movies on the channel? Fuck no. Hell no. 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 Definitely not. In all things, I feel first release order is always the way to go on a first watch. Rewatch. So what you want. True. I mean, I'm the same way. Also, we see Battle Cat, and do you think that the cat, I don't remember his name, will be scared like he usually is? Cringer, yes. I mean, if they don't, then it's not Cringer. Back to building Legos, Halloween Town Hall. Hope the progress is going well with it so far. I actually liked Book of Boba Fett. I was hoping for more. Same with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I liked Obi-Wan despite its faults. Book of Boba Fett, it had a lot of great things in it, but I think was probably the second messiest Star Wars show we've had. Speaking of the interviews, can I say that I'm so proud of how far your channel has come? Like, you started watching TV shows and uploading reactions, now you're interviewing people behind it. It's just incredible, man. And again, I'm so proud to have been along for the journey with you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's still something I still don't really believe is real sometimes. It's wild. I never expected us to get to that level. I got a couple other that I'm working on locking down too, so we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully we're not done yet. Hopefully pay in for the movie that's Skeletor's cat. Will I react to, or have you seen the Invincible trailer? I have not, and I will not. We talked about that one earlier. I mean, I didn't watch or react to Season 3's main trailer at least that I can remember. Maybe I watched the first one. I can't remember. I don't really have the time or the energy to keep up with every trailer that drops anymore. Most of the time, if I care to watch it, I'll just watch it in my own time. It just goes back to, like, if this was the only thing I was doing during the week, if I was only doing YouTube, I'd probably try to keep up with it, but it's not. How do you feel about episode 4, 5, prequel trilogy, 6? It preserves the Vader twist, but also Return of the Jedi as an ending. I don't know, I like it as a complete way to watch Anakin's story. I've heard of this watch, I've never actually executed it. For a newcomer though, I still don't know if I recommend it. But having never done it, I don't know if I could recommend it. Have you ever played RE0 or Code Veronica? I've played Code Veronica, I've not played Zero. Zero's another one that I still need to actually sit down and play. I have it. I have all of them on Steam, but I haven't played that one yet. Can't wait for Ahsoka Season 2, rip Ray Stevenson. What do you think of the Hound replacing him as Baylan Skoll? I like it. I'm glad they're not writing off the character, killing him off, or whatever. I'm glad they're continuing that story, because I really want to see where that was going to go. And I like that they are friends in real life, so him continuing that story is kind of cool. Like the prequels are a really long flashback. I mean, that could be viable. That could be a little more viable, I think, than just going into the chronological order, at least. Could you see Leon dying in RE9, Omni? I heard it's not the final RE game, but it's the end of this era of RE.
They said, from what I saw in the interview, was that they want to get away from numbered titles so that they don't feel beholden to just literally moving forward, because there's a lot of gaps, there's a lot of stories that are happening simultaneously with other games during the past events. They would love to jump around and tell those stories. So this might just be the last numbered title, and we could probably see the most of all these other characters again. I mean, clearly something's wrong with Leon. He's got this big black blotch on his neck, so he's infected with something. But I doubt they would kill Leon off in it. To see the new Silent Hill movie is getting bad reviews. I saw the trailer, the first one they released, and it looked like a bunch of cosplayers made a low budget Silent Hill movie. And not even like good cosplays. So I'm not shocked if it's not doing well. But we'll see. Can imagine your kitties wearing an Alistair and Lucifer outfits. It looks so cute and adorable to look at. I mean, that would be pretty fucking adorable. But they would hate it. They would hate it for sure. Yo, Scott, thank you for the super chat. Do you think one character should have made the Iron Man-like sacrifice to defeat Vecna? Or are you fine with no one dying and the finale is still awesome? I mean, like I've said many times, I did not want anybody to die, and I did not think they would kill any of the main people, because that is not the show that we have been watching since season 1. I've been on record many times and in the final reaction that I like how it went. I like the finale. I like how it was done. I like how everything played out. And I think it would have been a massive misstep to kill any of the main characters. Watched a reaction to Invincible Season 4 and it piqued my interest. What's it like? It's a really good coming of age story, and it's a superhero tale. It's not like grimdark. It's mature, but it is still it's dark, it's gritty, it's fucking brutal, but it's also really wholesome and sweet and reflective. It's a coming of age story in a world where superheroes are, it's like if The Boys wasn't just grimdark. The Boys is like the other direction, where everybody is a piece of shit. The Invincible is like, I think, a little more grounded, a little more balanced, definitely more nuanced, but I like it. It's a really engaged, I mean, because the character, the lead of it, just wants to do good, and has to deal with a lot of these different struggles, and it's fun. It's like I said, it's bloody, it's brutal, it's all the things, but at the center of it, it's got a lot of heart. It's a really good show, I think, at least. As many times as Cringer transforms, you'd think that he'd get used to it and get brave. I want to see an awesome transformation sequence. Hope he has the power of Grayskull. Have the power. Same. Don't know the actor who played Bellatrix in Harry Potter. The actor is Enola Holmes. She plays her mom. Yeah, I definitely knew that when I reacted to both of the Enola Holmes movies. You seem tired, Omni. Maybe you can use some more rest, or your just soul is being tired. It's a little bit of both today. Like I mentioned earlier on in the stream, I only got like 3.5 hours of sleep, and then obviously I woke up to like all the other crazy news going on in the world, so it's a little bit of both. But yeah, after we're done with the stream, I'm definitely going to be taking a nap. The Mary, I believe, is the first death in their current timeline. I mean, realistically, yeah. You're not wrong. Has any of my questions ever been going through the chat? I mean, I've read and answered a lot of your questions. So yes. You think Marvel should split Avengers Secret War into 2 parts? They kind of already did. It's Doomsday and Secret Wars. I mean, it's 2 parts of the same story, so I don't know. I have no way of knowing until I've seen it. I can't believe people wanted in episode 9 to fix what happened in episode 8. What is this, Star Wars? Right? Dude, the collective delusion about this weird episode 9 was... I've never seen anything like it. Lobo looking good. Would you rather have a set of power armor, any model from Fallout, or a lightsaber, any model from Star Wars? You don't have the Force, but you know how to use the saber and the armor. Oh, lightsaber all day, every day. All day, every day. We got another one from Scott, another super chat. Theory on Doom looking like Tony in the universe? I mean, I think it's just, I don't, like, if he actually is Victor, I mean, it could simply be, like, you know, the Johnny Storm thing, where Deadpool thought it was Cap, but it was just another Chris Evans character. They could go that route, or it could be a strategy. It could be a technique of disarming and disrupting a target. A psychological piece of warfare. That's my favorite one, is that he chose the face specifically to throw off and unnerve his targets, who would know that face for other reasons. Where did I leave off? God, there's so much in the chat already. Here we are. Emir in a new interview said more Al human backstory and exploring more about him. Can't wait to see that. Season 3 will definitely be my favorite. Morningstar focus and more Lucy. Sign me up. Yeah, it's got a Morningstar focus. Alistair is the main big bad. If interviews be believed, so more Alistair backstory is not surprising to me. They're putting Wonder Man out all on the same day on Disney Plus. That's unusual. I mean, it happens for a lot of the shows that they don't know what to do with. They did it with Echo. They did it with oh, what was that one that just came out? Ironheart. They've done it a couple of times, but yeah, we'll see how it plays out, though. Also, the power cord doesn't run out like the lure. If you had to cast an A-list actor or actress for Percy Jackson series as a Greek god or goddess, who would it be? Arnold as Atlas. A little on the nose, but why not? It's Marvel Spotlight show. They've both released all of the episodes at once so far. The other being Echo. Harry Potter fans are delusional. Sometimes they think J.K.R. was the first to write a story like that. True. There's that too. You think the Blade movie is canceled, or is it just rumors? I mean, all we have are rumors right now. Nothing is confirmed. Good news. Wednesday season 3 is going to start filming soon, and Netflix Scooby-Doo is going to start filming as well. Gotta go. Have a blessed day and stream. And also, love that you read every comment in your stream, because most don't. Because most of the time, it's impossible for most people. For larger channels, it's just not possible. And sometimes it's not for me, but we try. These streams are small enough that I can usually manage it most days. Besides Tommy, who's my favorite 6th Ranger? Probably Trent or Cam. What would you do if you had the power sword? And which one of your cats would you transform into battle? Merlin would probably be my battle cat for sure. Have I seen Dexter? Dexter, forgot the name of the first one. I've seen 0 episodes of any of the Dexter series, if that helps. What would you say is a comfort movie for you? For me, Grown Ups 1 and 2, Miracles. All those movies are peak Adam Sandler comedy, and it's good to just turn your brain off, you know. Scott Pilgrim is a big one. Lord of the Rings is a big one. Return of the Jedi as well. For me, yeah, those are the big ones, I think. Saw there was an explosion at Rockstar Games, unfortunately. I hope everybody made it out safe. Really? I wonder what happened. Fair. What do you think if they made an absolute Batman show, meant to say? I mean, I'd probably be more invested in checking it out than if it was just exclusively reading. There's a dairy spoiler in the comments. Was deleted, but I know it can still come out for you. Shit. I will be careful. Do you remember who sent it? Udis. Okay, I see. I'll keep an eye out for the username. Okay, yeah, I'll keep an eye out. Let's see. Where we go here? All right. I like One Piece live action. If I want to start watching the anime with 1 billion episodes, is it worth it? Is it that good? Will you watch it all to the end? I've heard the final saga has begun. That is also what I've heard as well. Okay. Let's see. I've enjoyed it a lot. I've been like, especially, I think if you aren't recording and you can just sit down and binge episode, it's not going to be that terrible of a watch. There's only 1,100 only 1,100 right now. And climbing, but I like it a lot. I do question how the live action show will ever be able to actually adapt most of it, but we'll see. In the movies, what the hell was that? Uh-oh. Something's breaking. What the fuck happened there? That was weird. In the movie Sinners, nope, it's going again. Something's... I think my computer's like dying on me right now. Well, Chrome just crashed. I think Chrome was freaking out. Let me see what I can get back up. All right. Yeah, Chrome just completely shit itself. Where did this comment go? I've got it highlighted, but I don't know where it is. Because it's not on the screen anymore. It's on the screen, but like it's not in the chat anymore. Where the fuck? Yeah, I think I just lost a bunch of chats here. So I apologize
if I don't see your message or if it got lost to the annals of whatever the fuck just happened here. With shows like Harry Potter, one actor plays Egg Studios, gets worried about having to get recast as the actors age out of the roles. I mean, that's true of any time you do something like that. Sometimes I don't like your lives because you always get that song stuck in my head and I can't get it out. Just kidding. Perfect Dark Side. Night of the Seven Cubes, will there be a season a year? Because it's on a smaller budget than House of the Dragon. I doubt it. Because it's still a big endeavor to even get filmed. For Jared Leto, in my mind, it's both that he picks bad movies and from everything, I hear he's a bad person. There's also that. Have you ever found a magic printer the Dipper did? Would you clone yourself? And how would you direct your clones? How would you stop them from becoming bad clones? You gotta share the love, man. But I would most definitely do that, and I would be recording multiple reactions, editing multiple things all at once, and then once it's all done, because we can all work on it in multiple times in a session, that gives us equally more free time, and we can just do whatever the fuck we want. Duncan Egg is my favorite addition to the Game of Thrones universe because of how grounded and nature of it so far. I can see that. Mall finale will land on the 4th of May. Oh, that's good timing. Oh, yeah, no, hated The Flash too, but I don't know I can fully blame Andy or Christina for it. Production was a mess. Also, studio interference was out the wazoo in that too, to be fair. Did you also forget about what he did on the set of Suicide Squad? And he's a freaking cult leader. I mean, the Suicide Squad stuff is one thing, but that has nothing to do with the conversation at hand. I mean, I'm aware of it. It's not relevant to the topic at the moment. How do you feel about if Ezra Miller gets cast as Batman in James Gunn's DCU? It would never happen. If it did, I'm already kind of on the fence about it now. I would be off the fence if that happened, man. Heard that AMC theaters are doing a Best Picture show. Something's fucking up again still. I don't know what it is though. Anyway, for the 2026 Oscar nominations, like a marathon, March 7th, March 14th, it's going to be 12 hours long, and they'll give you 5 minutes breaks to do. I mean, they usually put the Best Picture films back in theaters for a run, I thought. I think Lucy from the Fallout show can be unserious sometimes. I don't see it that way. Really sad that I've made a Clone Wars Mall list that I can watch after, before the series starts. I don't know why that's sad. It's not a cult. It was a joke. That was decided in the fandom because everybody said he looks like Jesus. So he asked if everyone's on board with wearing white and taking the pictures for fun. See, the more you know. The actor who plays Tori in Cobra Kai is Michelle and called School Spirit, but you ever watch that in the future? Probably not. Probably not. Could we see the brother, cause there was down there with Maul, when he met Ezra? Huh? What? I'm not sure what you're saying. Yeah, they explained it better in the books. Has there been any updates on season 3 of Twisted Metal? I mean, it got the green light. When is it coming? Nothing new since then. They will give us a break to use the restrooms, 30 minutes of break to eat dinner, and then it'll show us Sinners, F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and other nominations. I mean, that's wild. That's a crazy turnout, though. An endeavor. Dunk is basically what we all would be like, probably, if we grew up in Westeros. One would hope. That's cool. Who are your favorite characters from the Boondocks? Obviously, Huey and Riley. Huey and Riley, for sure. Easily, hands down.
but probably Huey. Huey's probably my favorite character. First time I remember seeing Walton Goggins was in Third Crow movie. I don't watch it. It isn't good. I can't remember which Crow films I've seen. I've seen the original one multiple times. The first one. I know at least one of the sequels I've seen a couple times. The two Percy Jackson movies were on insult to the books. What's up, everybody? How's the weekend? We got snow here in Texas. Keep up the awesome vids. Well, there we go. Snow has landed. It's not hit us yet. It's weird that it hit you before it's hit us. What would you like most to see in the next season of Hazbin Hotel? More Lucy backstory and all that stuff, which I think we've already had confirmed we are going to be getting. Exception watching in release order is Firefly. They released the show out of order. Technically, Clone Wars also did that as well. Let's see. How's it going? Are you not reacting to the Doomsday teasers? Obviously, at this point, no. I'm not even sure what the last trailer I've reacted to was. I'm not reacting to a 10-second, 30-second teaser. I'm just not doing it. I watched them all in my free time, and that's it. I didn't, other than the X-Men one, I said this last week, other than the X-Men one, I don't think any of them were reaction worthy. Maybe the Thor one, but the X-Men was the only one that maybe could have warranted a reaction. Yeah, fuck the movies, they suck. What are your favorite lines? The most out of all of them is season 2 of Hazbin Hotel and Hello Boss. Here's my 2 minutes, fuck you. From Hello Boss for sure. Pretty much anything from that song in general for that one. And then in Hazbin for season 2, what was it? On the avatar of your consequence, that just goes so hard. I've seen Star Wars the Despecialized edition. No, but they're supposed to be re-releasing the original unspecialized version in theaters at some point this year, I think. What about the mall trailer? We talked about this earlier. No. So I think the spoiler got deleted when everything refreshed because I don't see it. And I've got comments from the offender here. And then there's the comments calling it out. But I don't see it anywhere. So I think it got deleted in the breaking of my browser. Am I going to record RE Requiem playthroughs, or are you just going to stream it like you did Spider-Man 2? My internet is not stable enough for me to stream a video game anymore. So I will have to pre-record it. Only once I move will I be able to. More than likely, at least, as long as things go the way I want. Just popped in. I don't know if you've talked about it yet, but you've seen the Masters of the Universe trailer. I did! And if so, how do you think they'll do a She-Ra movie, and will they take inspiration from the next She-Ra? I don't watch it. I have never watched it. I don't know why people assume I have. I don't know. I have no idea how they would incorporate the other into it. Especially when we're just getting this movie now. I don't think we're going to rush into a She-Ra movie. By any stretch of the imagination. And I have no idea how. I mean, I don't know enough of that story to like be like, oh, how would they do this or that or the other thing? I don't really know. I'm not familiar enough with that universe to be like to have any kind of insight on that. How do you feel about Prince songs? I thought they fit, but I heard some people disagree. Joe, watch my reactions. I do not think they fit. I like the songs independently. On their own, I do not think Purple Rain especially did not fit the moment. Lyrically, it made sense. Thematically, it made sense. Audibly, it killed the moment. Stranger Things isn't Game of Thrones, so there wasn't going to be any Red Welling event or killing off of characters. Agreed. Since we are getting new actors to play Captain Iron Man after Secret Wars, do you think they will also get a new Scarlet Witch Quicksilver as well? I mean, it's possible. Yeah, something weird's going on. My fucking Firefox just crashed now too. Anyway. Question, did you see the video of Taz, aka Sanji from live action One Piece has been posting? If not, holy crud! He might be the new generation's Tom Cruise. Yeah, I mean, I follow him on all of his shit. So like, yeah, he's been seeing a bunch of crazy shit. Dude's an animal, a beast, but he's been going on a lot of crazy adventures. Yeah, no, I like following all of his shit. Especially all of his, training stuff. I'm assuming you've never heard of the 6'7" trend. I have heard of it. I think it's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Might give Invincible a go then. Hell yeah. Have I heard of Heated Rivalry? I definitely have heard of it. No idea if or when I'll be able to be one of the people to finally check it out though. I would be fine with the Ahsoka story staying separate from Luke's. Same. The Delulu's still going on, my friend. I don't know how. There was a similar thing with BBC Sherlock. People were convinced there was a secret finale coming and claimed they had evidence. Exact same thing. That's so wild to me, man. People still think that there was an episode 9 coming and that the characters graduating was just a vision. They were still captured by Vecna. That's bananas to me, man. But it's a difference to just hope because you don't like something, or like us being fed clues and puzzles daily by Netflix, but no one making a statement that the find is not true. It's because they're just fucking with you. It's all hype. None of it mattered. None of it's going to matter. It's not going to matter. It's done. It's over. No one's coming back to it. It's done. I mean, for a fact, the whole epilogue does not make any sense in so many. I disagree. I've heard people say this, and it's there's not a damn thing about it that doesn't make sense. From the wrong callers, or the people missing, and things said and done. I mean, again, a lot of what we saw in certain events is Mike telling us. It's Mike's predictions. It's Mike's version of what he hopes. That's the point. We don't know. There's very few of it none of it was meant to be real. Some of it may be, some of it might be, some of it is all up for interpretation. But I mean, nothing about it doesn't make sense. But I'm not going to fight it because, again, Lana, I love you, but you're little Delulu when it comes to this. And I know there's no convincing you. But yeah, we're not going to turn this into a debate. You can't convince me. I can't convince you. We'll end it there. Potato paste. Apparently, I saw that come back into play in the chat. If any people like it, I don't want to carry on, but maybe just stop making fun of those who are still in it. The bullying online is awful. I mean, at some point, I do think some people need to be shamed. Like, yeah. But, hey, it's all in good fun. Like, I do think there's a point where, like, if you are vehemently refuting reality, you're kind of inviting it. Let's see. I hope you're doing well and staying warm. You as well, and everybody who is in threat of this storm right now. Yeah, but I get literal threats from people just because I write a comment under a creator's post who is also into it. I mean, people on the internet, I mean, people on the internet, man, are going to do that. I get death threats all the time. Doesn't make it right, but it's also just not, I mean, it's not shocking to me. Anyway, we're going to leave that conversation. Because I don't think that has anything to do with anything I've been saying. So we're going off into a whole other territory of things right there. Because if we're lumping me in with them, then I feel like we've lost the plot here. Donald could. What do you think will happen when Mark finds out Cecil kept Conquest alive after all the death and destruction he caused, including killing Oliver and Eve? Trying to kill Oliver and Eve. He's not gonna be very happy. I don't know what he's gonna do though, man. I really don't. But like again, it's one of those things where I can't like fault Cecil for doing what he did, but it's just one of those things where it's just gonna bite everybody in the ass later. You think Marvel will ever come to an end? I mean, one day, eventually, all things will. I think the comment starts with the title. Already got past that. Yeah, I guess we don't have to worry about that comment anymore, so I'm just gonna skip all the comments about that. Interested to see Sentry's role in Doomsday. I mean, I'm interested to see anybody's role in Doomsday, but yes, especially Sentry with where we left off with him. There's a glitch in the system. Oh, hell no. Your computer sounds like a purring cat. I've heard some people say it's going to take you longer to watch all of Critical Role than all of One Piece. Remember, episodes of Critical Role are like 4 hours long on average. I mean, it took me over a year to watch 30 episodes of Critical Role. It would definitely take me longer to watch all of Critical Role. 100%. It's Alistair. Let's see. I'm going to do my first con, MegaCon Orlando. I'm going to see the V's, and especially Christian Borle, Alex Lee, Justin Briner, many more. Truly excited. I hope it's fun. Any tips? If they have fast passes, do it. It's worth the money and the time. If otherwise, it's going to be a potential nightmare. If you can get one of those little roller cases that you can also sit on, that is also a godsend. Water. Lots of water. But not too much water, because you don't want to be in a line and have to go pee. Unless you have somebody with you and they'll like hold your spot. Partners are also very useful for that for that sort of thing as well. I don't know. Fast pass is the easiest. I mean, it's not really a tip. If they got to do it, because it's otherwise the lines, man, are brutal. And sometimes that doesn't even help for certain people. Is there a way for you to see the time a comment was made? Yes. Yeah, I can see the timestamps for when it was made, but yeah, I didn't see it here. It just kind of disappeared. Brandon, she was very annoying. She was very mean to you. She's her favorite character in Cobra Kai is Sam. She supposes me for liking Tori's character. She used to bully me. She would never let me leg. She should never be in my life because she is obsessed with Taylor Swift and her music, and I hate it. And she hates every show, especially Stranger Things, and I'm done. Okay. I don't have anything to say to that one. Have you watched any James Bond movies? I've seen all of the Daniel Craig ones. I've seen all of the Pierce Brosnan ones, and I've seen bits and pieces of a lot of various different Bond movies from the past. Heard Amazon Prime is making a James Bond show. Casting is starting now. Top pick for new James Bond is Callum Turner. Not a bad pick, not a bad one. But I didn't know about a show. I knew there was a couple different spin-offs from the Craig era they were wanting to do, but I don't know if any of those were going to go through or not. Do I miss watching CW's Supergirl? No, not really, no. I miss the characters, not really the show. I got the first episode of Fallout queued up. We'll see y'all after I watch possibly the rest of the season. Hell yeah. How much miss watching Superman and Lois? A lot. AMC is doing a Sinner's guitar case popcorn bucket. I saw that. That's cool. Haven't seen the 1963 horror movie The Birds. I have. Pretty good movie in my opinion. Hitchcock, so tracks. Did I see they made a mortuary assistant movie based on the game? I did. I saw the trailer for it. Looks like Willa Holland is the main character in that one. Never played the game. I've watched some people play it though. I've watched a couple of Let's Plays of it. Looks gripping. Not sure if you're into reality TV, but it'd be great to see your reaction to The Traitors UK. The latest season had the UK gripped. Never heard of that one. Red, White, and Royal Blue movie that you watched on your channel. There's a sequel coming. Will you be watching that on my channel in the future? Probably. Probably. Chrome crashed just to save you from the spoilers. Yep. Thank you, Chrome. Maybe that, yeah. Let's just say that was it. Knights of the Seven Kingdoms is already filming season 2, and showrunner said they'll release one season a year for the show, which means we'll get one Game of Thrones series a year. Hell yeah, man. Sorry I didn't have time to watch your finale reaction at the time, then forgot about it. But no, I didn't mind the song. I don't know. Just a song like any other. I don't think it's just a song like any other in that moment. It's just like, it just doesn't, it just, for me, it just tonally clashes with the entire, I could not, it killed the emotional impact of that scene for me. Completely destroyed it. I think if I remember, I even like laughed when it started playing. I may have cut that out of the edit though. I can't remember. PC hates you, bro. It's I don't know, man. The browser's been acting up lately. I hope it's not a sign of any other issues right now. Patreon, do you look at the comments on your videos when they're released on heroic tier? I try to keep track of all the comments, but it's just it's hard sometimes. I try to. Once House of Dragon ends, I could see another spin-off like Aegon's Conquest immediately releasing a year or so later. Aegon's Conquest, that's a movie, I think, right? That's what I heard. Have I ever watched any of the Conan the Barbarian movies? I have not. I haven't seen any of them. Can we bring back potato paste? Sure. Yes, potato paste is always there, waiting, watching. True, how foolish of me to think potato paste isn't lurking around the corners. How am I enjoying Fallout? I'm loving the absolute fuck out of it, man. It's so good. Haven't seen Bo Burnham Inside on Netflix. It's great if you haven't. I have not. Watched The Last Adventure Stranger Things doc, and I felt the pressure that the Duffer Brothers were under for the finale, including Netflix Suits. I think they did a great job. All things considered, yes, I do think they did a really, really good job. I only had a couple of minor issues with the final season. Moving on from that, because nobody here is like that, thankfully. What do you think is going to happen in Ted season 2? I mean, I'm no idea. I watched the trailer, and I'll be honest, I don't even remember what happened other than Ted with a strap on getting some. I don't remember anything else that happened. I need to rewatch the films before season 2 comes out, though. I think Marvel will only end when we're over 90. It'll end when I'm dead, because then I will not be there to watch it. Sentry's gonna fly someone to space and then rip them apart. Mark my words. If you don't get it, iconic panel from the comics. Interesting. My best tip for cons: don't be one of those people who take a shit in the line. Happens way too often here in Germany. What? Are you serious? I've never encountered that one. I've heard people smelling like body odor. Sometimes they smell like shit, but like that straight up take it as shit, that's a whole other new thing there. Definitely recommend going to any con or concert with someone. Went to my first con alone. I enjoyed it, but I didn't really get to share my excitement, but still amazing experience. Most of the time I go by myself. especially for the ones like further away. But if you have somebody to help you, it always makes it a little bit easier. Never heard of the Traitors reality show. UK and the US versions blew up last year or the year before, whenever it was. Yeah, no, I have no idea what it is. So good. It's essentially the game Mafia, but at a larger scale. There's a US version too. The reality celebs as contestants, would highly recommend. Yeah, this is the first I've heard of it. Potato Paste is back. Will be either a movie or a show. That's undecided so far. I could have swore the thing I saw said it was certainly going to be a film, but whatever. Who cares? We'll see what happens when it comes out. I was so late that I was helping my mom with her party. All good. We're probably going to be wrapping up here soon. Why am I always eating potato stuff when you bring up the potato paste? Convenient timing, because it's potato paste all the time. What's my favorite meme? Probably the Padme and Anakin in the field thing. That one's so funny. We are potato paste, but I'm here now. Hope we see a sequel of Game of Thrones show eventually. I mean, we're supposed to be getting that Arya one. I think that one's right now seemingly for sure gonna happen, but we'll see. Haven't watched Fallout. Highly recommend. Even if you've never played a single game, you really don't need to. I'll make the decision to be a ghost so I can watch Marvel and suffer from repetition so you don't have to on me. I appreciate that. So kind of you. Should have said Bo Burnham Inside is a Netflix special. He made a From Space in his house while on lockdown during the pandemic, was nominated for an Emmy and a Grammy. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I honestly haven't watched any Bo Burnham stuff since he was on YouTube. Is Fallout Season 2 fully out? No, we still have 2 more episodes to come. The penultimate is this week, and the finale, I think it's still going to be the week after, but they've bumped up the dates from what I heard. Let's see if that's been updated yet. Because I think they changed they haven't updated it on the wiki, but I saw an article saying that the next episode is releasing early, like a day early, and in the afternoon. I don't know if that was real or not. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the sites are still saying the same thing, so I don't know. Maybe it is still coming out as planned. I'm not sure. Somehow, Potato Paste has returned. Alan Cumming is the host of The Traitors US. I have 6 or 7 memes that I love. Nick. I think Guns N' Roses needs to be a movie because if you read the book, it's battle after battle after battle. It needs to be a 3-hour movie. Makes sense to me. How's my week been? Week's been fine. Not too stressful, not too crazy for the most part. All good. Looks like I'm adding Fallout and Invincible to my watch list, both on Prime. I mean, just work and channel stuff. Nothing too crazy this week. Wanted to ask where I can watch Star Wars and then realized it's Disney, right? It's Disney. Yep. Nailed it. Am I excited for Nice to see Seven Kingdoms Episode 2? Maybe more Dunk going to the bathroom to troll the trolls. Yeah, I'm excited for it, for sure. Haven't seen Bo Burnham since YouTube. Does it feel weird to think that the guy is now an Emmy winner? I'm not surprised. I mean, I've probably seen some like out of context, just like singular clips from some of his stand-up stuff, but I mean, not surprised. The dude's funny. What's up, Tiki Bruno? Forgive me if you already mentioned this, just joined the stream. Thoughts on the Master of the Universe trailer and Maul's trailer? Both are sick as hell, except for the only thing, again, I mentioned this earlier, because I've talked about both quite a bit up until this point. Master of the Universe, the only issue I have is I wish there was zero Earth. What's up, yours truly, Ava? How are you? I think this is the first time I've seen you in the live. Hey, Mabel. I was wrong. I'm singing the Potato Paste song. Along with Bridgerton. For no reason. Cough Jonathan Bailey, obviously. What is the Potato Paste thing from? I actually have no idea. It was me talking about stupid kids memes from today that don't mean shit. It's just random stuff slapped together and people just, it becomes a meme somehow. And I'm just like, people just say shit and becomes a meme, and I said potato paste. And now we've made our own little meme out of it. Potato paste, a new thing from the current generation. I mean, from from us, it's a Omniverse creation. But if you don't know it, you don't get it, man. It's all good. Finally caught one of your lives. Like tail end of it, for sure. If you've seen Welcome to the Internet, it's from inside. What's your favorite show or movie you've ever reacted to? Just curious as a newer follower. God, that's always such a hard question. Movie, I'm not sure. That's a hard one. Show. I'd probably say Stranger Things, Hell of a Boss, or Dark, off of the top of my head right now. Can't believe RE9 is next month. Me too, man. And I'm finally done completely with Final Fantasy VII, so I can freely move on when it comes. Just checking in right now. Just want to say I love that you watch Good Omens and have so much fun with it. Makes me laugh a lot. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm enjoying the absolute shit out of it, man. Your cat is staring you down, Omni. Wait, what? Were they? I mean, she is right now. She's like right here. What are you doing? Where'd you go? Are you under me? Where the fuck did you go? Oh, when did you get there? Here. She just woke up, but I think she just wants to go out. Yes. Go. Be free. Indy is still asleep. Let's see. I'm watching through the Monsterverse, and it's freaking fun. Godzilla vs. Kong tomorrow. Hell yeah. Yeah, I remember that, but somehow everybody took it seriously. That I thought it might have been coming from something. No. No, everybody just played along. Community code word. It's our safe word. Would make a good safe word, actually. Might include that next time. Have notifications for your channel turned on yet. YouTube seems to fail me when it comes to live streams. You're not the only one that has issue with the live stream notifications. I don't know why that is, though. What's up, Nikki? Missing your live today, but I just want to pop in and say hello. Hope you and your fur babies are doing well, especially due to the storm. And yeah, I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well as well. Everybody's, well, I assume everybody's inside. I have not, since Biscuit left the room, checked to see if he's been let outside. But there's a heated tent outside just for them if they want to go in there that I've kind of made to help them if anybody is trapped out there for whatever reason. I love seeing the cats and the reactions. Will you play another new game before Ari Requiem, or are you going to just wait for it? I still need to apparently do separate ways for RE4. I forgot to do on stream, so I'm going to try to find time to do that, and then I'm going to try to also squeeze in RE6 before it comes out. Did I ever watch the show called Shameless? I have not. I definitely haven't. Love that I walked in on people saying potato paste after I just ate some pierogies for the first time. That's good timing. Going through a stressful time right now and rewatching your Good Omens reactions have helped me. I appreciate that. I'm glad that, again, I'm glad that this little communal activity that we put together can be a little bit of a reprieve and escape and help for everybody, because it certainly is for me. As much as like the editing and the performance and stuff like that can be very stressful, like just the act of it and the other side of it is usually perfect, like, I don't know, rewarding to do, and then to hear comments like that too. It just, I don't know, it never fails to like warm the soul. I don't know if I've ever had a pierogi, to be honest, so I don't know if it's good. I set a recurring alarm for your live stream since it's always the same time. True. Good practice. Did you hear that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is going to be in Avengers Doomsday? I've heard rumors and people mention it, but I don't remember anything like hard, like confirming that. Are we still going through with the Omni cooking stream? Probably not. That would involve a lot of finagling to set something up that I'm... Maybe if I get the new house, like I'm hoping at some point this year, who knows? We'll see. Not in this house, or not right now. Rebecca's here. Late as always. All right, man. Let's see, 500k subscribers, you'll make some potato paste? Sure, at 500,000 subscribers, I will live stream making potato paste. Just buy one of those instant hot pots that heats up on its own. I mean, not wrong. You can probably swing that. Whoa, you're like all caught up. I am. And only a little bit over time. I mean, it helped that Chrome glitched, crashed, and then deleted a bunch of messages. I made potato paste once. It was supposed to be mashed potatoes, but mistakes were made. I was busy. How can you F up you can mess up mashed potatoes. You definitely, it's definitely doable. If you're like me, you can't stand them lumpy. But I've had like mashed potatoes that were almost just like pure liquid before too, which was equally gross. All right. Yeah, I think we'll call it. Hold up. Yeah, Ava gets it. I've been to a reunion where the potatoes were watery. It wasn't pleasant. Like, it was crazy. Just slosh. I've heard you talk about Danny Mata before. Do you watch a lot of his reactions? I've watched all of his Has Been and Hell of a stuff. Some of his Avatar stuff, and I've watched all of his Mighty Nine stuff. The stuff that I'm familiar with and interested in, I've watched a lot of Danny. I've met Danny. I've talked to Danny. We follow each other on socials as well. Cool dude. Really cool dude. I have not watched his Good Omens reactions yet. I haven't watched any of them. I might hold off on those until I'm done, because I don't want to I'd want to just go through. So probably once I'm done with mine, I'll start watching some other people's. I love all mashed potatoes, chunky, smooth in the middle, and I just love potatoes. Soggy mash no good. The Irish in me is horrified. Go and take your nap, try to rest up. You really do need an Omni. Have a good weekend, and here's to another good week. Here's to hoping there's an upside to everything eventually. But thank you guys for hanging out, spending some time with us here today. And I will see y'all next week. Enjoy the week. Stay safe in the storm. Stay warm. Eat, drink, be merry. And I'll see you next week, guys.